Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Football Discussions. Today, we are going to be continuing on with the record prediction series, continuing with this AFC South division and wrapping it up by looking at and predicting the Jacksonville Jaguars 2019 record. So, getting right into it, week one, they have a very tough game versus Kansas City Chiefs, who have by far one of the best offenses in the NFL. As long as Tyreek Hill doesn't receive a suspension this year, then this team can make it back to the conference championship or even have a Super Bowl appearance this year. So I think they're going to get the win over Jacksonville week one. It's going to be kind of a blow to Jacksonville's confidence. I mean, Nick Foles' first season, he wants to get off to a quick start, but I just don't see that happening here with such a high-powered Kansas City offense. In week two, I'm also going to give them a loss. The Houston Texans are another really good football team this year. Great defense, great offense, as long as that outstanding three wide receiver core that they're building over there in Houston stays healthy. In D-Hop, Kiki QT, and Will Fuller, then this Houston offense could be a really big threat this year. So I just don't see Jacksonville getting the victory there either. In week three, however, they get a win. Thursday Night Football, Tennessee on a short week. Tennessee never really plays well in those short weeks, so I think Jacksonville has the opportunity here to get a victory over the Tennessee Titans and exploit the fact that they are playing on a short week. And then in week four, going into Denver, I think they're actually going to take a loss here. I think the Broncos will kind of catch Jacksonville off guard. The defense in Denver always seems to play well at home, and I think that's going to be a key factor here in Jacksonville's loss. But here in week five, I think they're going to upset Carolina. It's an away game for Jacksonville, but I think they'll get it done. As well in week six, I think this is kind of a trap game here for New Orleans. New Orleans will probably be doing well up until this point. And then I think they're going to get a little cocky, and I think Jacksonville is going to knock them down at home, which would be a crucial victory there for the Jaguars. And then in week seven, I think they're going to beat the Bengals. Sorry, the Bengals have not a great team this year, and I think the Bengals might be the worst team in the NFL leading up to the 2020 season. So I think Jacksonville will get the job done. And then this game versus the Jets, I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. However, I don't see Jacksonville losing at home. While I am hot on the Jets this year, and I think they're going to be a good football team, I think the Jags will get it done when they play the Jets at home in Duval Nation. So I think I'm gonna hand week 8 to the Jags. So they'll be 5-3 at this point, which is good. They're on a 4-game winning streak right now after a slow start in the first 4 weeks. And then in week 9, that winning streak is going to continue. Jacksonville always plays well in London, so I think they're gonna do just that and beat the Texans here, which would be a big, not only divisional win, but big win for their vote of confidence here by this point in the season. And then in week 11, coming off their bye week, I think they're going to take a loss actually here to the Indianapolis Colts. I just don't see the Jags off a bye week. I think they're coming out a little sluggish, and I think the Colts will be able to exploit that and deliver Jacksonville a loss. And then in week 12, Tennessee coming off their bye week is a little different than Jacksonville. I think Tennessee will use their bye week to take time and plan, develop a game plan to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars here in week 12, and I think they're going to do just that. Then Jacksonville, after this little slump here at 2 games, I think they're going to get one versus Tampa Bay here in week 13, and then in week 14, I think the Chargers are going to pull it off and deliver the Jags a loss here, which would be a kind of a bummer for the Jags at this point because they want to go 9-7, 10-6, try to get that wild card spot because they are in such a good division with the Colts and Texans. So I think they're going to be at this point in the season really striving for the wild card spot, and a loss here will kind of decimate their chances. Then in week 15, I think the Raiders at home are gonna surprise the Chargers, and I think the Raiders will get it done. Or sorry, not the Chargers, the Jags. And I think they'll pull it off and will shock a lot of people. And that's just going to be a blow to Jacksonville there. And then in week 16, I think the Falcons is going to be a crucial point for the Falcons in the season, and I think it's going to go kind of south here for the Jags with 3 straight losses. And that's just going to really just blow up their confidence. But then in week 17, they'll get one back. And go 8-8, even for the year, which is a major improvement from last year. They have a lot of young talent, in guys like Josh Allen on the defensive side, and their wide receiver core is young, whether it's Keelan Cole, D.D. Westbrook, Marquise Lee, just a lot of young guys. And I think after this year, they can get back to playoff area, but they're in just such a hard division right now. I think that's going to make them third in the AFC South at 8-8, which is kind of crazy. When you're behind a team like the Texans, who I have finishing 11-5, and the Colts, who I also have finishing 11-5, it's just gonna be tough to get things done, especially when you play your out of conference schedule with the NFC South, just a great conference, whether it's the Saints or the Falcons or the Panthers, just a lot of tough games that you're faced with during the course of the season if you're Jacksonville. So just strength of schedule is gonna bump them down from that playoff team, but things are looking up in Jacksonville after a slow season last year. I think they'll get back into it this year, and then next year will be a playoff team. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of Football Discussions. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.